Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had 11 people and now I ain't got none. Oh, yeah. It's going to be on. But I'm back. Had a complete glitch. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had 11 people and now I ain't got none. Oh, yeah. It's going to be on. Hey, man, hey, check this out, man. I don't know, but every time you're doing something, like I was telling y'all about the kids. As soon as I get on the line, the oldest one want to act up, and so I had to stop the show to handle some business. I had to handle some business because you can't let that go too long, and so I ain't gonna let me do it now. Hold on for a second. I gotta call somebody real quick. Hey, this in America, right? Cause I ain't got no long distance. So how y'all doing? Um, I
Hey,
ain't got no
hey,
long.
hey.
How you feeling? How you feeling?
Good, good.
Yeah, man. I had the show all good, and the kids try to act up as soon as you going on camera. They wait to the last minute, so I had to stop the broadcast and handle something real quick. Let me call this, see who this is. Oh, and so what's going on tonight, man?
All good, all good.
I've been chilling and I've been thinking about a couple of things that's been going on.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is John Sears. Please leave your name and your number and a brief message.
Oh, that's John. Oh, John, you gonna give me your number and gonna have the voicemail? Come on now, you can't be doing that. John got the voicemail.
Who
Y'all,
is this Mr. John Fears? I do not know who this Mr. John Fears is. I'd like to say hello to everybody in the stream.
hey, I don't know what happened yesterday, man. You got blocked for some reason, but it wasn't. I was on the phone with somebody.
It is all right. It is all right. I am here now.
Who is
I
this?
will keep it. I will keep it clean. I will keep it clean.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
sunlight
yeah.
might be messing up.
Hey, who is this with this red light, green light, blue light?
That's Vanessa.
What's up, Vanessa? Hey,
That's me, Vanessa.
how you
Hey,
doing?
how are you?
I ain't. Hey, I ain't really prepared nothing tonight. I was just winging it. I'm hanging it for real now tonight because I was looking at a couple of things, but it wasn't nothing significant. You know, I was just thinking about the transition from the kids and the transition from how their behavior is very sporadic, and this ain't how they normally act. But it seemed like I don't know is a lot of other people experiencing total reversals of emotions with relatives, but this what I'm experiencing, and so I want to talk about and see if we can help one another as a group on how to deal with frustration as a Mandela affectee, because this can make you frustrated. This can make you angry. I mean, especially when people calling you loony and don't understand where you're coming from. You don't know how to deal with it. You don't know how to handle the situation. And so, I thank all the 14 people coming out. And I always call the show hanging. So, sometimes you might see me laying down, might see me sitting up, but Hey, this is a late night show. This ain't no NBC, CNN. I ain't got no time. I'm just chilling. And so I want to know from some of the guests, how do you deal with frustrations and when you talk to people or just your family member engaging with them, how do you deal with your yourself not blowing up? Because I had a episode this Sunday. I was talking to a couple of folks and they tend like they listen, and then all of a sudden they come with a bang with everything that they was really thinking. They were just seeing how they were just seeing how much you can get them so that they can talk about you a little bit more. And so when you thinking somebody on your corner and you really just pouring out what you feeling and they not really saying nothing but they listening, and then all of a sudden they come with a whole total reversal like I experienced it Sunday. The mother of the church straight up told me I'm gonna go nuts, I'm gonna go crazy, I'm gonna end up in this insane society. And didn't take an account of she said, well, and it's another thing that I noticed. I ask people, I say, especially this one. This is the favorite one. I say, do you remember the Wizard of Oz? Did the Scarecrow have a gun? And they say no. And so I said, oh, for real? I said, well, this time man, he got a gun. No, he ain't got no gun. And then I show them the video, and then they say, well, I kind of remember him having a gun. It's like they waiting on the excuse to say he had a gun. But they first, before I didn't even tell them about the timeline. They let me know first. And so that's like the video proof making them doubt what they thought.
I think some people are able to hold on to their original memories more easily than other people. Actually, very sad to think about, but yeah.
I just say that. She said she smoked weed.
Smokes weed?
And said, oh, Ariel Sunshine said she smoked weed. Well, I can't smoke weed.
What's funny? I wouldn't recommend smoking weed right now because real life is weird enough as it is without any weed.
Man, you be getting the munchies and you look at the Kit Kat like, what the world?
Right.
Where did Dash go? That'll give you some issues for real.
That's funny.
Man. But yeah, man, I don't indulge in it. I was at a party, what that was, Saturday, and I don't like I said, I don't smoke or drink, and my wife don't smoke or drink either. And you have fun sometimes, and you say, okay, let me take a sip, and my wife took a little too much, and she was like, help me. I said, you the one drunk it. It was good. I see. That's what I said. That's why you gotta watch people when they good and mixing stuff. He made it taste real nice and juicy like orange juice and lemonade and she didn't know, boy, that kick was gonna come in. She had her 2 cups, and I said, you sure you want? Hey, this ain't gonna hurt none. Next thing you know, she told me, help me. And then she wanted them drinks. Have you ever heard one of them drinks? When they drink, they go sleep. She wanted them. So I know she couldn't drink, boy. She be at a party, at a club, and go drinking. She was like, I get to your house. But off topic, I just wanted to laugh. Sometimes you got to laugh. You got to laugh about these Mandela effects. You got to laugh about situation because it ain't a laughing matter. But you don't want to get too uptight where your mind starts exploding. And so I think we as a Mandela effect community need to take time and breaks for ourselves to just process just having fun to ourselves, because you can get so wrapped up in this where you ain't gonna, well, if you're strong man, you ain't gonna drive yourself crazy, but it will start weighing down on you. And so, only time I get frustrated when people that I thought was on my corner just do a total reversal. And so that might be a Mandela effect by itself. Because you think somebody with you, next thing you know, they like, huh? Like I've been talking to this one pastor for a long time, and he straight up told me, he say, well, you need to talk about exhortation and making people happy and prophesying. I say, well, I am prophesying. I prophesying if they keep messing with the time, we're gonna be messed up. I said, that's a prophet right there. I predict the future. I predict if they keep messing with time, they gonna mess some stuff up. But I'm doing all the talking. Anybody got anything else to say?
What was the topic again? I forgot.
Look at you. See, yeah. Oh, we were just we done hang so much you done went to sleep. Oh man.
That is joy with the numbers. He cannot keep his head on straight sometimes,
I leave my guests alone. Leave my guests alone. And so let me see what some people saying in the chat. Let me see. God, come on. God, come on, Pat.
I have a question for you, Mr. E.
Hold on. Wait, hold on for a second.
What? All right.
Well, I didn't hear that, but I sure will go check that out. Now, what you had a question? Somebody said something about an ancient. I didn't hear about the ancient, but I'll check it out. What you guys say?
All right. You know how when you look at a logo and you think it has changed, you think the T is different. What if it just went back to the original form, and what you are remembering is the Mandela effect change, and perhaps some people are trying to go back and change what is happening. So how do we know which one is the original way things were? Things change, so you never know what is real and what is changed.
Well, but see, then that you got to be in certainty with your mind. That you can't be wishy washy. You gotta be. You can't be either or. You gotta be either it is or it ain't. If you stay in the middle, we all won't get nowhere. You gotta know what you know. You can't say, well, maybe. See, I know for a fact a T used to be straight down and across. I know that for a fact. And like I said in my video when I first posted the T's, for that T to be like extinct and not used nowhere is impossible. Now I can understand if they want to, jazz it up, a new formula, make it nice. But when you go in old books and you go through history, most of the T's look like that. And for me to learn a T, for me to learn in school to write a T straight down and across, why would they teach us that if the main T was always straight down and a hook and across, and it can be an optional straight down, a hook, and a half of T. And see, so that's the problem that I'm having. It's not that the T's are like that. It's because it's so predominant. Where is what we grew up in? It's just like the A's. I don't see a regular circle and down. I don't see that. I see an upside down G all the time. It's not even, it ain't even sometimes. It's like 95% that's what I see. I don't know if y'all done noticed it, but how many times have y'all seen a small A with a circle and a line down? How many times, even in y'all house, just look, y'all in y'all houses or at the kitchen table now, go grab some stuff and look at y'all small A's. And tell me, out of 5 things you see with a small A, how many times do you see a circle and straight down? Anybody in the line, in the guest, the YouTube stream, just check for yourself.
Yeah, they are starting to increase, but I mean, what you're saying is true, but that's not to say that there haven't been some flip flops on certain things like, Tidy Cats, Hillary, Flintstones,
Right. See.
but
So you
Flintstone.
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Vanessa. Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. Well, and I'm still trying to figure that out. I think maybe it may have something to do with like maybe tuning in and out of the Schumann resonance. I don't know. What do you think about the Schumann resonance and the role it may play, E-Man, and everybody?
Now, see, you done found another theory. Now I gotta check out the Schumann. You say Schumann residence.
What's the Schumann residue?
So I gotta check that out. I have that report for you Thursday, Vanessa, because I can't talk on that.
The semen residue.
Now, if you want to give me a brief summary of what that is, then I can probably give some insight then. But I haven't really heard of that. So,
Well, basically, it's like an atmospheric bubble that makes up the background electromagnetic pulse. It's basically composed of electrons, ionized atoms, and it surrounds the Earth up to the edge of the stratosphere.
mhm.
The way it interacts with us is we ourselves, we're, electrical beings. We have electrical conductivity in our body just because, we're made up of cells, water, pH. So there's really no separating us from the electromagnetic field or the Schumann resonance. So our brain waves, the alpha, beta, theta, delta, have basically evolved with the Schumann resonance of, I think it's 7.8 or 7.83 hertz for like eons. But
Oh Lord, did you a science major?
well, no, Dr. Lupo was actually talking about this. That's how he kind of turned me on to this. But okay, so 7.83
Dr.
hertz.
Lupo, because I did say something about I think we on some frequencies. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that is I'm not familiar with the theory, but I know for a fact that we are electrical beings. That's why if we're not grounded, sometimes we can cause a feedback and get a shock. And so we have a whole lot of electric, and we are connected with the world itself. That's why even birds they use the magnetosphere to navigate, and so we all are connected as an entity. That's why we have to get our vitamin C from the sun, and so um, I haven't got that deep into the frequency range, but I do know frequencies can have an effect on us too, because
The brown note.
they did a patent in 2003 on low band frequencies that can cause your eyes to blink if they do certain things to the monitors or the TV screens.
Mm.
It can cause black circles. It can cause you to have the runs, cause you to have headaches, and so. And this is
I'm sorry, I want to interject. I've heard of something like this, where there was a case where some people they put things over their head kind of like a mask, and they were watching television, and then a shamrock came online, and then their whole head just melted.
you look at you. Hey, Mike, I ain't gonna say you tell the story, but oh Lord, if that happened, boy, I want to see that article.
Well,
That's
what's
the
crazy?
Mandela effect.
Well, what's crazy though is like in 2014, the Schumann resonance actually jumped from 7.83 to like 15 or 25. And then January of this year, it jumped from 7.83 to 36 hertz. And that's never ever happened before in like
Well,
recorded history.
that's because CERN is kicking up their magnetosphere, either break her down or add her up. And it may not make no sense, but they're cranking up their wattage in their experiment. And so what their experiment is going to end up doing, if they don't stop, is going to break down our magnetosphere. That's why another reason why they putting all of these chemtrails in the sky to try to either block out some of the sun the sun forces or the radiation from the sun coming down and messing with our us themselves. Because I'm telling you, last year I was out in July the 23rd, and everybody know I'm a dark skinned man, and so I'm sitting in the sun. I'm in Chicago, and so I'm sitting out DJing. I'm telling you, that sun felt like I had a magnified glass on my skin. It felt that's how hot it was. If I take a piece of paper, I could probably burn it. And then it was so hot, I was DJing with my music, and it burned out my speaker. Not the amp, it burned out the speaker. The speaker was smoking.
Dang.
And it wasn't even high. And so whatever they doing, they messing with a magnetosphere and the electric current that the planet has itself, and it's in them messing with these magnets and these long tubes, and because all of the 30,000 machines are interconnected with one another, and so I believe it because every time, like you said, the Schumann resonance go up, their machine is going up. And so I don't think the resonance is happening naturally. I think they make it happen.
See, what if they know that this is a time in our spiritual evolution to where they know that these changes are going to be going on with the earth increasing the Schumann resonance on its own. So they want to take it upon themselves to try to manipulate it a little bit and to take credit for all of it.
Oh, yeah.
When maybe this is just a natural spiritual evolution kind of thing.
So I'm going to sing an ABC song, and I'm going to try to make it deal with the situation. So give me, it don't take me a minute to sing these songs.
I will give you a beat.
Oh, give me a beat. It's going to mess me up. Then I'm going to be listening to you, and I'm gonna end up, it's going to be a delay. So let me try. If it don't come out right, don't worry about it. Let me see. A, B, C, turn this messing with me. Yeah, I said E, F, G. Wait a minute. E, F, G. Oh, see, I forgot my ABC. Y'all done made me forget the ABC. Okay, let's do it again. A, B, C,
Shimona.
turn this messing with me. I don't know why. 1, 2, 3. I can't get rid of sir messing with me. They're using all things. I ain't got no song today.
Shimona.
That was good. That was good.
I ain't got no one today. And I'm laying down, so my brain is laying on the side. But I have one for y'all tomorrow, for Thursday. Man singing.
I like that.
Hey, you know, I sing on all my shows normally. Hot. Thank you. Thank you, see? He say sing the blues. Yeah, I got the blues, all right. I got the blues. Oh, Cerny. No, I can't do it. See. Da-da-da-da-da. Have y'all known? Da-da-da-da-da. Kick that is gone. Da-da-da-da-da. But see, your beat is messing me up, so I can't think. I can't think. So Vanessa, so what else? What else do y'all think? How far is you said the residence said 36, right? And you said that was in January.
Excuse me, I would just like to say to Mr. YouTube Music, this is copacetic place. We do not swear here. Please retract your message.
Hold on for a second. Somebody say something about cure for AIDS too. Oh yeah, well.
Oh yeah.
Well, they been there. That's you, Vanessa. You know they've been had a cure for AIDS, and because Magic Johnson been living so long, I don't even think he had AIDS.
It's because he's a magician.
I think that was
The cure for AIDS, I believe, is about $200,000 cash just shot right into the bloodstream.
man.
I do believe.
You know, they had this cure for a long time. You know, of course they had the cure. They the one made it. You know, half of the stuff that we got problems with, they done made in the test tube. And then they gonna tell about all these bird flus and these all these diseases. Now they got something that's come about. You can't even get in the pool now. I said, Lord Jesus, you know you can't go outside in the rain. Because I have noticed that. Rain come down dirty, boy. Boy, let it rain on a car.
Oh, yeah.
That car be so dirty. I'm like, what the world?
Well, the chemtrails don't help that.
Took them 1 year to find a Zika vaccine. No, they didn't want the Zika vaccine. They didn't want the Zika vaccine. They won't see. This is what the whole agenda is. They want to shorten the population so that they can get their one world government. And so, have y'all been hearing about unified currency or a distributive wealth where everybody has a certain portion? You know that ain't gonna happen. We can't get along right now. So how you gonna make a distributed amount of money where everybody gonna be all right? This ain't Star Trek. I would love it to be that way, but you know the rich trying to get richer and they're making the poor people get poorer. You know, I tell people all the time, man, I don't even buy Jordans because, you know, first of all, I don't buy them because he don't even play no more. So why am I gonna keep making him rich? You know, I tell my son, shoes are made to keep glass out your feet. You know, and half of the young people, they wear these shoes and you can't even see their feet. They got their pants so far down, you don't even know if they got shoes on or not. And you want me to pay $300, $250 for shoes that you can't nobody see?
Do you notice?
I'd like to be in a place with 200 females with no pants, if you know what I mean.
Look at you trying to this ain't no rated R channel.
Hey, that was clean, man. That was PG-13 at the most, man.
I had to give it to you. You getting better. You're getting better. You're getting better. Most definitely. Anybody got any questions? They call $5. Yeah, they call $5. That's what tripped me out. Years ago, I was watching the news and they had a scientific experiment with some Payless shoes and some Jordans, and they did the little skid test, all that stuff, and they said, well, why are these shoes doing the same thing you doing? Y'all shoes doing? And they say, well, we still got a quality shoe. I say, no, y'all just got a name on the shoe, and people crazy enough to buy it.
My shoes light up when I walk.
Who is E-Man's brother? Hey, that's somebody, I don't know who that is. Somebody that took my smile and took of it and created it.
Do you have a brother in real life? Perhaps it is him.
No, I got a brother, but that ain't my brother. I talked to him yesterday. That's my how can I put it? That's my bad side. If that was my brother, he my reversal.
The twin.
No, I believe in Jesus and he believe in self-awareness. So he cool though. He cool people. I get some of the stuff he's saying. He always say you got to break free, brother. So anybody else got?
But I just want to know what the hell happened to the North Pole and why isn't this like a big thing that everyone's talking about? I know everybody remembers there being like something at the top of the North Pole, but there's nothing
There's nothing.
Well, and see, that's why I always think that either we have been moved, because I can understand them changing things, but it's so many changes in our geographic and our land has moved that I don't believe they have the ability to do that. Now, because they even shrinking and expanding things, like China looks smaller than America now, and things are not where they supposed to be located. That's something greater than just time travel, because time travel, you can change logos, you can change things like that, but this is rock. This is rock embedded into the ocean. How do you move that? How do you?
I have a question for you. How do you know it is even rock? How do you know it is not just a bunch of code and we are not in a simulation
It's
being
true.
watched over by other humans who are trying to run simulations to see how the human race should play out, eh? How do you know?
Love for
It
you.
is some kind of
How do you
simulation,
know?
right? I would tell people that it is a simulation. So, it always been a simulation before this started, and the reason why I know it's a simulation, because it's no lost energy, or it's nothing that's lost. Even when you die, you just waiting. Well, according to biblical, you just sleep, going into the next realm, or waiting to paradise. So if you take the biblical account, they say, well, you never die. You just either go to hell or go to heaven, and or you get you a new body and a new. So it's always been a simulation in some sort. And I was watching a video the other day, and this man was looking at the sky, and it actually looked like an LCD panel above the sun. Right after the sun, it looked like a break in the it was a sheet, and I'm like, what is that? And so I believe it may be a simulation. I don't know, because all of this didn't start happening until they talking about the world was going to be destroyed in 2012, and then they said the world was going to be destroyed in 2000. I don't know if anybody remember that. In 1999, they said all the clocks was going to stop and the world was going to explode and all that. And so this ain't the first time. Huh?
I just said Y2K.
Yeah. And so I do know they have certain technologies like cloak, where they can actually throw something over something else and you can't see it. I seen that. I was like, man. And so literally they can put something over right in front of us and we won't even see it. It's like invisible to our eyes.
I think the only thing we can be sure of is that we're not in the same planet, or I don't know if you want to call it planet plane. We're not in the same reality right now that we were born into.
That's why, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mom. And that's what I have. And I don't know. And see, you can go either way. You can say, if you take it biblical, the biblical account states this too, because it says that we're going to be transformed from a blinking of an eye, and we're going to have a new heaven and a new earth. And so I could go either way with it. Either somebody else did it, or biblical account said it was going to happen. And so it's all could be backed up, but I know where the things used to be located is not there no more. The way the planet used to look is not that way no more.
Yeah, and I don't get the people who are like, what are these people talking about with the Mandela effect? They're crazy, they're misremembering, they're lying. Like, don't you think this is a very hard thing to accept? It would be a lot easier to just, call yourself crazy and leave it at that. But the fact that there's so many of us brings validity to the fact that this is real.
And just like I was telling my brother yesterday, this is just small fries. When you build a
little tater tots, eh?
No. And what I mean by that, when you build a building, you have to have mortar to put the brick down. Now the mortar is not as big as the brick, but it's the smallest thing on the wall. But the brick it makes it solid. But if you didn't have the mortar, the brick won't stick. And so what they're doing now, they're laying down the mortar, and they're trying to do something bigger, or something bigger is on the horizon. And so these little crumbs that's being laid down, this is just a stepping stone to where they're trying to take, or where either nature trying to take us, or they're trying to take us, or God trying to take us. You can bundle all three of them together and choose whichever one you want, because it all account somewhere. Hey, somebody else joined the line. I don't know what this cross is. Who is this cross? Look like a candy cane.
That is the North Pole, I think.
Who is this candy
That's
cane?
where it went.
Look like a candy.
It's the North Pole.
Yeah,
That's
we
enough.
found it.
Oh, it's enough. Oh. Okay. So if can be changed, I'm trying to answer some questions. The North Pole, yeah. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Hold on 1 second. Somebody give me a question in the line, because I don't want to ignore the comments, because I want y'all to feel like y'all part of.
I have a question. Do you think that the Mandela effect can change anything for the good? Is it all bad, or can they change something for the good?
Okay, now let me. The only reason I say I don't think it's good, I know some people on the Mandela effect is preaching the good aspects, or if we bind our minds together and think on one accord, we can change it back. But I don't remember binding myself together to change it. So how can I bind myself together to bring it back if I don't remember binding myself together to change it? That's the first thing. And then the second thing is that I think whatever's happening, either natural or spiritual, it's a movement of either good or bad. I don't know where it's going. Now, if it's man that's doing it, I don't think none of it's good. I think if man is doing it and making these changes, it's for their benefit for some reason. If they're doing it, they're not doing it for just scientists experiment. They're doing it because they want to see how much they can change and how much we are focusing on it. And so if it's the biblical account of changes, because the Bible did say that the devil would think about changing laws and times, and it's going to be given to him for times and dividends of time. So if it's a biblical account, it's not good. Now, if it's natural account, I don't know which one, either or. Maybe we done ran our course with our planet, and the planet is tired of us. So I don't know. You can take any route or any choice you feel like, but I try to make. I don't make myself a tunnel. Sometimes people can think tunnel vision where they can't expand their mind, and I'm open to multiple facets of this, because I didn't think in my timeline or my lifetime time travel was going to be even possible, even though I was wishing I had me one of the Marty McFly time machines where I could go get me a book and get rich. But I didn't.
Oh, we got Carrie in the call. Hello, Carrie. How is it going?
Hi, guys.
Hey, Carrie. How you doing? You can tell you got something to say?
Hi, guys.
I don't.
You got a lot of static.
Sorry, my mic's broken.
Oh, that's somebody want to play. It's too serious to play. We ain't playing.
You know, sometimes we have to have fun, eh, Mystery?
Well, sometimes we can.
Kind of like Mandela effect a little bit.
How's the purple beast? Oh, you know what?
What is the purple beast?
There's a whole lot of purple stuff going on, man. I did videos on the purple stuff. I mean, and this was about a year ago. Y'all had to go down my catalog because I got about 300 videos. But I did purple. they had purple sweet potatoes, and I say, man, hold on, I know I love sweet potatoes, and I ain't never had no purple sweet potatoes. What is that? They got purple carrots, a purple squirrel. I mean, come on now. There's a whole lot of purple. Now, as I go down the Mandela effect shift, I see a whole lot of rainbows now. We got rainbow snake, rainbow butterfly. I guess they supposed to represent, the LGBT community. I don't know. LGBT community. I guess that's what that represents. So we have a whole lot of rainbows.
Can I ask you something? Is as a man of religion, do you agree, yes or no, with the LGBTQ community?
Now, see, you gonna get me to lose all my subscribers.
Hey, I think this is a place where we can disagree. We can talk about controversial.
You know, I like to keep it real because I am a man of beliefs. I am a man of religion. So when you come to me, I'm not gonna sugarcoat and I'm not gonna hide nothing. Now that I believe the problem with that is we looked at it we looked at it as a study a disorder or a gene messed up, or you know how people may be born with not a extra eye or a deficiency. So we looking at it as a deficiency, we let it become a norm. And so what happens is, I believe some people are born with a deficiency in their emotional genes, where with therapy or with taking hormones can correct that. But I think we have made it become more of a choice instead of a deficiency. And so instead of being a disorder, something that can be corrected, we have made it it's something that we can choose to do. And when you go down that route, this is what happens. Like in America, I don't mind you being who you are, but we shouldn't have to change our community or our way of living to fit you. You should be adapting to us. We got it now. Now they got laws where they're asking kids what do they prefer. See, it's not a choice to be a gender. That's choosing in the womb. You can't choose if you're a boy and a girl. That's chosen by your DNA. And it's not like, oh, I got DNA, but I want to be a girl. No, And so this is what rabbit hole I think we're going down, is because instead of us treating it as a deficiency, we are making it like a choice. And so now you got them talking about they don't want to say kings and queens, or they don't want to say boys and girls. They want to say human, just to not to offend. Now I can understand if you want to be who you are. Okay, you can be an LGBT, but I'm not gonna stop identifying myself as a boy or my kids as a girl because I want to hurt your feelings. No, we just like they made all of the senses on the job application. Well, they could just say, well, are you a boy, girl, or LBG, and leave it at that. Don't make me change who I am to fit you.
Mr. E, what do you think of the BLT community?
Huh?
What about the BLT community?
I think they're delicious.
Yes. Do you think it is a sandwich or a hand salad?
I think it's a hand salad.
Oh God.
It is a salad that you hold in your hands. It is not a sandwich.
But speaking of food and fruit, I just want to ask you, Emmy, do you remember the Fruit of the Loom logo? Cornucopia?
Yeah, with the cornucopia, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. When somebody first did it, I'm like, man, I used to wear Fruit Balloons.
I know it had one.
I used to love them things, but then they started making the boxes. I said, skip that. Because
I just don't know.
the Fruit Balloons, you could always see the pee stain.
It's just it never had one though. It never ever had one. So why are more people up in arms about this? Even if one of these effects is true, real, that means that this is true. I think most people don't want to accept it because then they'll have to deal with it and face it, and they don't want to face it.
Yeah, that's the most thing. People don't want to face it. They rather be just like my cousin. If they're about to die, let them die. Don't even let them know. Or if something about to hit the planet, they don't want to go try to hide under a rock. They rather just go in and die out. Because they know they say, well, she say, because I ain't going to be able to find no food for me because all the stores going to be blown up. I say, what?
That's such a cowardly thing to do. It's just a cowardly thing to do because us people who are awake, we have to face this every day that it's real. No, you'd rather not face it. You'd rather just be in your bubble and leave us to ourselves to deal with it.
Okay, let me see. Somebody asked me a question. I think Marvel TV, man, do you believe the people who appear to be the least likely to cause people harm usually are the ones causing harm behind the scenes? Well, uh, yes, that can be true, and I have to agree with you in certain aspects because I know pastors that came from the jailhouse, and this is what they tell them in the jailhouse: since you can't get a job, won't you go ahead and be a pastor? And so they go read the Bible, and they're 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 trying to make money off of your your dedication, but they don't mean you no good. So they're purposely making you emotionally juiced up, but they're I hate to say this, they're a wolf in sheep clothing, and so they're perpetrating to be something that they're not, and that's why I don't like politicians because I hate politicians when they make blind um they give you blind hope, or they say, "Well, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that," which they know that they can't do it by themselves. They have to have a certain amount of vote. I'd be better off. They say, "Well, I'm gonna try to do this, I'm gonna try to do that," because you ain't guaranteed to change nothing unless you have the votes and the support. And so that's why I really didn't get up arms about. I tell people all the time, don't worry about who the president is. You need to be worried about who in the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, because they're the ones that do the votes on the laws. Now, the president can do some small laws and every now and then, but they can get vetoed or they can get blocked. And so you need to worry about your representatives of your community, of 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 your state, of your mayors and your governors. So I haven't. That's why I try to stay away from politics because everybody everybody's lying in some sort because they know they can't do everything that they want to do, and even if they even intending to do. Because I say everybody that's, especially the president, they in the elite team. They ain't gonna let just anybody be no president. You got to be an elite person. You got to be in certain kinds of have certain kind of dirt on you. Something they got to have on you.
Stu, got a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think that people can have superpowers, but the government tries to hide it from us?
Well, we all have superpowers, but God cut that off. We all had the ability to do things that we can't do now, and that was I always take it 3 steps. If you take the biblical account, in the biblical account, we was once walking with Jesus. We was once talking to animals. We was once in a different realm because we can see angels and we can see men of renown. And so God took that away because everything that we thought we did continuously evil. So we didn't know how to handle it. And so some people are able to process things different, like that man in that wheelchair. I forget that man name. Hawkins, I think. His brain, but we all have the ability but we don't know how to we don't know how to access it, or we don't even have we don't have access. It's not like it's not there. It's just not accessible.
Maybe the Mandela effect is the beginning, or it's just a side effect of like a greater awakening to, I don't know, be more spiritually evolved, maybe having more powers in terms of,
Yeah, I
who
mean,
knows, psychic
so,
abilities.
you could take, like I say, you could take any of the accounts and you can put them in that realm. But like I say, I lean more, and not to knock anybody on what they believe. I lean more of this Peshiva, because I don't know, somebody had gave me the ups yesterday. I think that was Guy Fury. He gave me the ups that the Sheba statue on CERN has lost some arms. It was 6, and now it's 4.
Yeah, it does look different.
And so I think it's some of this, most of this is man made, and if I take the biblical account, it's not good. And so, because it's no purpose for you changing the T, it's no purpose for you changing the song unless you're trying to mess with my head. If you it's like I know the Queen song says of the world, and now it do. And now you telling me I'm crazy, and I know this song says of the world at the end, because a lot of people sung it when they play when teams win the championship. And so I lean to. I know it could be in multiple facets. So like I said, I don't keep myself in one direction, but I'm more percentage wise. I say 70 to 80% think it's a cynical thing that's going on that they're trying to do, and the rest is spread up to the other things. Anybody else have any questions? Let me see. Uh, we can't beat the military. We have no choice, no good weapon we done as a species. Well, you might can't beat the military. You might can't beat, if it's cynical, you might can't even beat the Mandela effect. But if I take the biblical, you can always pray and get prepared and make sure that your life is lining up the right way, making sure that you get your house in order, making sure that if you not a believer and you want a believer, that you read Romans 10:9 and 10. If you confess your mouth um, and believe in your heart that God is raised from the dead, you should be saved. And if and tell all your friends that you're sorry for whatever you did, to prepare yourself for whatever's happening. And I always tell people, man, only reason I believe in God because He did a personal relationship thing with me, and I had to be real with Him. I didn't just go with the punches. And so if you just keep it, man, keep your life in a certain place and live today as it's your last, because you don't know what tomorrow or the next day may hold. You'll be all right. Hey, who that playing music over my talking? Anybody else? Let me see. I have a good friend who will be with you too. You do? Oh, that must be.
Raising up with Caesar and the apes.
And again, I'm trying to look at some questions. Science and science fiction. And talk between his back, laughing. Well, science and science fiction. I believe. See, a lot of people don't understand. God gave us the ability to do a whole lot of things. If you look at 1940s and you say, or I say 19, and you say we had color TVs, doors that open up by themselves, everybody would have smartphones, and we'll be walking around with phones in our pocket. They're looking at you like, well, that's science fiction. You've seen that on TV. We ain't gonna have that. And so don't be ignorant that progress is gonna always happen. Hey, you ain't. Hey, this man is saying, E-Man's brother, you got to get my permission to use my likeness, man. You using my smile over there.
Oh, shit.
Man, they can change the rememberer. Huh? Remember. I don't know what that means. They can change the remember. I don't know. Any last comments, Vanessa?
Well,
Anybody on the line?
I've yet to meet anyone in person or on the internet who remembers Magic Mirror. Every single person I've come in contact with remembers Mirror Mirror. So I think that maybe everyone's memories have been ever. I don't, or maybe we've all been switched here. It's just a matter of some people remember and can hold on to their memories more than others. I don't know.
Yeah. Anything else from anybody else? Before I pray us out?
I support Caesar the Eighth.
Huh?
I support Caesar the Eighth. His overcomings.
Long live Caesar.
Oh Lord. 1 hour is all.
Brutus better not come in here and stab him. I will fuck. I am sorry. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Don't worry about it. All right, but
I shall mute myself.
don't worry about it. Though. We're about to go. So I thank y'all again. You know, Vanessa, I told you you ain't no guest, so you welcome anytime. I like your philosophy.
Yeah. But thank you, E-Man.
So I'm gonna pray us out, and you too, since you've been good, Russian man, you've been good today. And it's just sometimes I gotta watch you, as you.
I understand. I am like a sneaky snake. I like to slither away.
But all right, y'all, and so y'all have a great day, and have a nice night and sleep well. I'm praying Father God. Thank you for this wonderful, energetic hour. And I thank you for all the guests. You know, let them have a great night's sleep, a good morning, a great coffee, and let their minds and hearts be filled with joy and peace. Everybody on the line, anybody that's having any kind of panic attacks or any kind of problems with their emotional stance, God, stand in the gap for them and help them out to level them out, God, and keep us together as a community. Until we meet again Thursday, I'll see y'all later. Peace.
See.
See ya.